Hello again, my name is Darcy Nyrose from Nyrose & Associates and Remax Kelowna, and it is May 1st, 2024. We are, in my terms, officially in the spring market. Usually starts in May. Many people think it starts in April, but in Kelowna we always see a lag, only because of the weather that surrounds for people to get to us. So let's look forward to a great May. But in the meantime, let's see what happened in April. April was quite interesting. We had, again, some really good weather, so we kind of got faked out that the spring market was coming early. And we saw over last year, we saw actually quite a big increase in all product categories for listings. But let's go over last month versus April's listings and see what happened there. We did see 16% increase in listings over March versus April. And I think that's because we thought the spring market was coming a little early. We did see 50% over this time last year. And I think last year overall, we just saw a really tight inventory market. And we're coming out to kind of above normal, but we're seeing a regular, consistent outlay of listings. We're at about 7.8 months of inventory for single family homes, which is actually down from what we've had over the last little bit. And I think the reason why we're down is we saw actually 202 sales in April, and that is actually up 50% over last month and up 1.5 over last year. But a 50% increase over last month helped chew into our inventory, which brought our months of inventory down to about 7.8. So I think that's great. We're going to see a little bit more inventory come on because we're in the spring market, but it's good that we're seeing them getting absorbed. Now, the average sale price in single-family home is $1,071,303. That is down 2% over last month and down 2% over last year, which to me is just showing that it's kind of stabling out. We're going to hopefully just hover around a very low increase, stable decrease, and that's good to see in the coming spring market. For the townhome category, which again, I've always said I think this is going to be the meat and potato because people can move up, people can move down, still want to own their home. We saw 391 active listings in April. That is only 6% over last month and 41% over last year. But again, we are seeing an increase over last year on all product categories, but just a 6% increase over last month. So I think inventory is still staying relatively good as a buyer's market and as a seller's market. It's really a stable market. 5.5 months of inventory. Between 4 and 6 is what we call a stable market. So that is great. And I think what we're going to see is we're going to see some good townhome product come to market in new category. Average sale price was $717,629. That is up 4% from this time last year and up 2% over last month. So again, we're seeing some strength in that townhome category. And I think we're going to see a more steady, predictable growth because of these price increases or decreases are very shallow now. So it's not a radical up or down. So again, good to see over products. And for active listings, this one caught me as a bit of a shocker. 723 active listings for condos. We're at 6.5 months of inventory, which is still in a stable market, but I thought we were going to see a little bit more of an increase. It is 5% over last month of listings and 55% over last year. Again, pretty consistent over last year, but I'm expected to see a little bit more come on the market as we come into May, because today is where they put in the short-term rental restriction as of today. So I think that is going to bite some people in the butt there, because they're now going to have to either have vacant or go for month-to-month and long-term rental. 110 sales in April, and that is up 36% over last month. Again, we saw a kind of an increase in sales, which is awesome to see that. It brought the inventory down, but we're down 18% over last year. And again, I think what we're going to see is a little bit more increase in the listings in the condos. And I think people might kind of sit on the sidelines unless we see more incentives on new, or we see condos come down in price, so they're actually a really good deal. Average sale price was $511,379. That is up 6% over this time last month, and 4% over this time last year. So again, an increase, which I'm happy to see. But I think a lot of the new developments that are out there, they're not shelved, they're just put on hold while they're building. Then they're going to come back on with more finished product and closer to closing. So I think we're going to see those where we've seen a little bit of those come off the listing category. And we're just seeing more resale. And you know what, we're seeing some great homes that were short term come back on the market and they're great value. But that's increasing the prices. So again, I'm happy to see that. Let's see what happens in May. But overall, great day out there. May 1st, we're going to see a great spring market. It's going to be very stable, very consistent. And if you're looking to buy or sell in the Okanagan, please call Nyrose and Associates at 250-258-9888 or subscribe. Look forward to talking to you next time.